really curious to see how this is gonna go down. This has been so impromptu. Matter of fact, I was invited today. Like, I was told, hey, you want to do a wedding shot? Sure, why not? Okay, cool. It's in about a few hours. Okay. You know, I should probably preface this by saying that I have never wanted to do wedding photography or videography. Like, I've seen them do it, I've seen other folks do it, and I adamantly was like, nope, not for me, nope. What's good, y'all? So, I finally did it. I am going to a wedding. It's not me that's getting married, and it's no one that I know, at least not that I know of, maybe, I think. I am invited to a wedding so I can get some B-roll shots, so I can get some photography or some photos, so I can get pretty much all that I need in order to put into my portfolio that I do weddings. It has been one of the most difficult things to try and do. Don't know why, because people get married all the time and it's like they don't want like nice things. But here I am. I'm here doing it. The first reason is when I started videography, I like the idea of creating. I like the idea of being able to move within different spaces and create something new. And the challenge of being in an unfamiliar space and being tasked to create something that, quite frankly, may be over your head. Like, I don't know, it makes me feel some type of way, and I like it. So, along with the creating aspect of it, there's this thing, I guess the best way to put it is that I don't want to be scared of trying to tackle something. I don't want the fact that, I find that wedding videography is too difficult. I've never tried it. How am I going to make that judgment call when I've never actually tried it? I may actually like it. Who knows? So, yeah, I wanted to try it out, and I didn't want to be ignorant about it. I wanted to try it out, just to give myself a fair chance to see if I do like it. Just from a skill set point of view, a lot of videographers say, hey, start with wedding videography because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's pretty difficult to do, but because it's difficult and it requires you to do a lot in a short period of time, you end up getting better really, really fast. So, as a means to better myself, as a means to stay woke in this entire industry, as a means to just excel and to give things a fair shake, I'm doing it, right? I've been trying to put myself out there, trying to get weddings. I've had friends reach out to me and say, hey, can you do it? And I've agreed, but their weddings aren't until like way into the future. Bottom line is I'm trying to get into this, but it's hard to find random folks to give me that chance. So I need like help. I need people who are getting married who don't mind me just rolling in there, getting a few shots, just so I can fill up my portfolio. And now I have it. I have it now. I'm on my way to it. We gonna get some shots, boy. All right. It's a wedding. Since it's an unofficial thing, I couldn't get as close as I want to the bride and groom. I kind of had to like fish my way through the crowd, had to find like nooks and crannies where I wasn't getting into the actual photographer's way. So it was a bit difficult to get what I wanted, but at least it's something. It's something, and I can start from here. I also realized that it's more difficult than I expected. The frustrating thing is that I have to actually get the bride's face constantly, right? Because when you're recording, right, it's about the bride and groom, but mostly about the bride. But since it's about the bride, you have to record the bride and make sure that you get all the facial expressions, but it's hard because she's always moving and turning her face away, so you have to chase her constantly. Not easy. Hopefully I can get more weddings underneath my belt, and that's probably a little bit easier if I was the only photographer or videographer there. Probably would be an easier thing to do, but you know, it's a good practice. I like that I'm doing this. It's really good practice, so I don't mess up anyone else's. Have you done weddings before?
Yes. It's not my favorite thing to do. It's not my favorite thing to do at all. But when you have the control of like being able to sit with the wedding party and all of this stuff, you can learn a lot. Learn how to deal with people, work with people, framing, definitely shooting on the fly. So it can be a great, great learning experience. The finished product, the edits. Yes, you can be creative with them. But when it's all said and done, you can never do enough. Because this is someone's memory. And so when you're putting it all together and they're like looking through, it's like, oh man, that's great, but oh my gosh, you didn't get my aunt. My grandmother was sitting over there and she was dancing, you didn't catch that. So that's the hardest part. Sometimes people love it, and this is on photography side and videography side. Sometimes people absolutely love it, but more often than not, there's always something that you missed. Always. You can come up with a shot list, you're always going to end up missing something because there's just so many different things that happen because there's so many different moving parts and you're not in control of everything that goes on. And so you're always going to miss something. So that's the hardest part, is always coming down to the edit, the killing your baby. Phrase happens so often because this is a story. So when you're trying to tell the story, there's so many different things that you might want to put in there that you catch, even B-roll clips that you catch, and when you sit down and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't go with what the story is. So.
Introduce yourself to the camera. Because I'm terrible at this, so.
Oh, they don't know me by now?
They probably do.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm Brian. Brian.
The last time you introduced yourself as
Theodore. As I introduced myself as Adri?
Yeah, the first time.
Why'd I do that?
We were in IHOP.
Why'd I do that?
Why?
My name is Adri, and I like orange juice with pulp in it because it's kind of like food and juice at the same time.
My name is also Adri, and I'm Brian.
I do remember that. Why do you remember this so well?
Because I had to put together the video.
Oh, so you okay. That's something. Oh, another thing is kind of like the hard thing. You're up all the time, and these things last all day. Oh my gosh, all day long. So I've actually been shooting, like, what time is it now? It's almost 9 o'clock. It's 40, it's almost 9:40. And I've been here since 2.
I agree with his assessment. It's pretty difficult, especially when you have to get all of these memories into one and to kind of appease everybody and the things that you can't, because there's so many things that happen, you're bound to miss something, and you just have to do your best based off of what the clients are expecting. I know for one thing that I'm planning on doing is at least sitting with the clients beforehand and finding out from them what exactly they're looking for or what they expect to see, if they have any special requests. People have requests, so just to make sure that you have that in advance, and then to see if you can ensure that you get that. You get what I mean.